Yeah, I almost forgot to cross my fingers, right? Don't want to be doing that. Let's see. Huh, interesting. There's no show scheduled for Carrie Holzman today. Today is Friday, right? October 20th, 2023. Yes, indeed. That is a Friday. My fingers crossed to be sure that the show, that XSplit doesn't crash on me today. I do have a part two stream already scheduled, but it's unlisted, so you won't be receiving notifications for it. And I should have heard by myself by now. Let's see. Oh, I'm there. I guess, did I not have this other one unmuted? There it is. Oh, I didn't. That's why. I guess I said all of my good morning stuff. I have my headset on today. I have the MS info from Alice. We'll get into that shortly. I'm going to do a quick run through of channel comments. Jim KJen says, nope, wrong again. KJ3N is just my amateur radio call sign. No secret meaning of any kind. Doggone it. I was so sure that I had him figured out. Right? Steve Dodd, great. Well, he gets a thumbs up and a heart, right? Steve Dodd says, great trailer for the Johnny Carson, Jack Webb. I think I must have done that 2 days in a row at this point. That was not intentional. Speedy C from yesterday says, hi, Doug. I did go back to the start of the video to catch up after the stream had finished. Thanks for clearing up the reason behind the Fortnite crash yesterday. I originally thought it was XSplit. I had forgotten, because he knew this. You use Streamlabs OBS Prime for Fortnite streams. I guess I was having a speedy moment at the time. Speedy moments are just like such a Doug. All the best, Speedy. And he was watching again this morning, as was Alice, on Fortnite. Then let's see. Do I have anything else I want to cover before going to Alice? Oh, yes. There was conversation last night on Ken Stout show about YouTube intensifying the fight against ad blockers, showing pop-ups. Users are frustrated, and actually Ken supplied, or somebody on the show supplied this link, and I looked at it at 3:30 this morning when I just was awake and couldn't go to sleep. And this was exactly what I thought was going on. And I've heard people saying, well, I'm getting messages, somebody else isn't getting messages. Well, yeah. YouTube is taking a stand against the use of ad blockers to circumvent advertising content on its platform. A spokesman of Google video platform recently told Insider that YouTube has launched a global effort urging viewers running ad blockers to either enable ads on the site or try its premium paid ad-free experience. Now, really what I want to get down here is YouTube started limiting videos for ad block users back in June as part of a limited experiment with some users receiving prompts informing them that the video player would be blocked after 3 videos if they did not disable the blocker or sign up for YouTube Premium. So they're fiddling around with it. Some people are going to be getting that and some aren't. Sometimes they feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Now, let's go to Alice sent me the saved for edition of her MS Info 32 output. So I'm looking back at the email. There's no other comments there, just saying that she attached it to this email. So I'm going to get that email off screen back to here and bring this system information. I already have it loaded. Up here you see AJ files. And so this is her computer. We've already known that it's an all-in-one Lenovo. Let's see, here we go. Lenovo MT Idea Center AIO all-in-one. It's a Intel Core i5 7400 at 2.4 gigahertz. Now that's pretty close to that computer that I had up here in recent days. I think it was a little bit older generation that I had up here, but that one took 20 seconds after I finished all the changes to it. It took 20 seconds from power on to the login window. And then after putting the login pin in their case, the desktop just snaps right up. So I don't know how long that time period is happening for Alice. Alice, it'd be a good thing. Ideally, send us a video. Take your cell phone, turn it on, let us see you press the power button. I think it's on the bottom right on that computer, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Let us see you that you're turning it on. Don't worry about holding it too steady because it's a black screen, right? And then just let it go. And I'm putting my hand out here because maybe you don't want to do this. If you do this, we're going to see your reflection in the computer monitor. If that's okay, then fine. But you know, you actually might even hold it out at arm's length if you prefer for it not to be reflecting you in the screen. I don't care either way, but it'd be good for us to see how long that takes. And with a video, we can actually time it that way. Now, you could just tell us, but a picture or video is worth so many more words, right? There's BIOS version. It is UEFI desktop. Elevation required to review PCR7. I don't even know what that is, so I don't care about it. There's, let's see, boot device, hard disk volume 1. I'm not sure if a SSD actually shows that, so we haven't got to our drive yet. User name, 8 gigabytes of installed memory, total physical memory 7.92. That would be because part of it is reserved for video. Available physical memory 1.93 gigabytes. So whatever is running at the time that she saved this is taking up a lot of memory. Total virtual memory, available virtual memory, page file size. So people in chat, you can be commenting on things you see here that you think are worth commenting on. I'm not seeing very much there. Let's go to software environment and come down to look at startup programs. Synapse, Razer Synapse. I vaguely recognize the name, but I don't know what that is. It starts minimized. Monitor ink alerts. Send OneNote. Video guard monitor. Video guard monitor. Now I've briefly looked through this, glanced at it, haven't looked at it in detail. What a video guard player. Yeah, that might be something of interest. Steam launches, so that's going to take a while. That's going to slow down the startup of the computer. iCloud services. Do you use the iCloud services from Apple? If not, then perhaps stop them from auto launching. You can always turn them on later if you so choose. RZ App Engine, Virtual Ring Light. So ring light, spatial audio streamer. That sounds like it's a ring light for video. Electronic Arts, Razer Axon. What is Razer? Is that what we saw? Yeah, we saw Razer up here. And there's some kind of framework for, related to Razer. Security, health, now audio. Lenovo Essential Wireless Keyboard, Mouse, Xbox. Xbox, are you actually using Xbox and want to keep it? So if there are things in your startup here that you want to keep, then you're probably not going to be speeding up the computer under current scenario. Now, adding more RAM memory would be a good thing because you're at 8 gigabytes. But we've talked about this before. I think you're planning within the next couple of years to get a new computer. But can it be improved over what it is currently? Now let's get over here, components, look at storage, drives, local fixed disk, 2 terabyte drive. So this looks like a spinning hard drive. So switching that to an SSD definitely would speed it up. Yeah, fixed hard disk, it's a Seagate, 2 terabytes. So you got a 2 terabyte Seagate spinning drive. That'll be the biggest speed up, is to install a SSD. Now, this is an all-in-one computer. They're not really easy to open up. But if you feel adventurous enough and are willing to do some video exchange with me, we could help you through the show to do that if you feel adventurous enough to do it. But that's going to be your biggest. That right there, your spinning hard drive is going to be your slowest piece. Now, that computer that I had up here for a few days, it was 20 seconds to the login window after installing the SSD. I did not, did I ever capture a video of its startup with the spinning hard drive? I don't know, but I'm going to guess it was anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half, even up to 2 minutes would be believable. Particularly because that hard drive had some errors, had some problems. So the next thing, Alice, is if your hard drive has troubles, to find out about that, go to download Crystal Disk Info and show us its stats. So here, don't do this quick download. Scroll down here to where it shows these three icons here. Click download here. That'll take you to another page. Don't click anything on this advertisement. You can click the X to dismiss that. Now here what you want is the standard edition, the zip file. So you click on that, and that'll download it. And it takes a few seconds before the download starts. See there, it just started, that blue circle, blue arrow with the circle, so it's done. And then we want to click on the folder icon and then right click on the zip file and extract all. If you have some kind of zip extractor here that's expired trial mode or something like that, then there's going to be extra steps for us to go through. Hopefully you have this extract all. Let it create this folder here and let it extract. After I finish this piece, then I'm going to come to chat and see what you guys are saying. Now you've seen this before, but I'm just refreshing these steps here. Maybe you already have it. So once it's extracted like that, then go launch diskinfo64.exe. Double click to launch it. Answer yes to the user account control. And then drag this window up to the top. Drag the bottom border all the way down so that we can see all of your data here. You might have more than what's showing for my NVMe drive. And send me a screenshot of all of this. Does this actually save? Save text or image? You could do that, but I prefer just Shift Windows S, drag across that whole thing, and then go to an email, click Control V for paste, and that'll send it to me. Okay. Now let's go look at chat. Pop out chat. This is Windows Daily Helpline number 314. I don't think I said that at the beginning of the show. I know there's more chat than that, isn't there? Yeah, there is. This isn't right. What did I do wrong? Such a Doug. Okay, pop out chat again. See if I get more. Yes, I do. Now, but I don't have it all here. Change from top chat to live chat. See if that gets me all of it. What is going on? That's just not right. Something not right here. Okay, Jeff Ryman, classic routine. That was from the trailer that showed before the live show starts. That does not, people doing replay do not get to see that. Love the intro, classic Johnny Carson. Hey all, hope everyone is okay from Alice. Great trailer. Rick Lakes, good trailer. Nick Poverman, here's a classic Johnny Carson joke for you. Benjamin Franklin may have discovered electricity, but the man who invented the meter made all the money. Speedy C says, hi. Rick Lakes. James Disher. James Disher, I know I've seen you around here. Not timeout. Where's the other choice? Here we go. Let's turn you blue so people recognize you as being around. Don't let the power go to your head. I don't want you to go blocking people. Selden Ball, greetings with the weather report. Richard Roberts, hello. Sin Vicious, hello. I have an email that you sent me or some comment or something that I'm holding for a day when I don't have other stuff to talk about. Alice, yes, a video would be a good idea. So great. I'm glad to hear that you're going to do that. John Williams, it gave me the notification for my ad blocker this morning, but I have seen it many times, more than 3, makes no difference to me. Ran Israel, mouse touchpad driver. Okay, so that's what that was that I was asking about. Let's see, over here on in the software environment, startup programs that Razer. Oh, of course, Razer mouse. Yes, I recognize that now that you say it's a mouse. It's for my mouse and keyboard Razer products. Got it. That's what I was just starting to think. Now, it's not necessarily the case that you need those. You might be able to disable those and your mouse and keyboard work just fine. Just maybe the extra functions won't work. Let's pause that so it just doesn't look weird. Now, another thing, Alice, is that I forgot to get to is come down to your taskbar down at the bottom here, right click, and you got to right click in a blank area of the taskbar and then choose Task Manager and give us a screenshot of this startup page. This is the main processes page. Come down to the startups apps page and add this startup impact. I don't think the startup impact is there by default. So right click on the column header for any column that exists, right click and put a check mark by startup impact. And let's also do a check mark for startup type and do a check mark for disk IO at startup and do a check mark for CPU at startup. And make these columns wider if you need to. Maximize the entire window to give us as much information as you can. Now you see for me, this all says not measured. That is a glitch in Windows. I don't know if it's just Windows 11, but if yours says not measured for everything, then that's not going to help us. Now, one of the answers for how to fix this is to disable everything and then come back and re-enable them to get this to reset. Now, here's Beast. With the startup tab, you see that I do have, if I sort by the startup impact, some of them do show high, medium, and low, so forth. Well, I did a little research on that subject this morning and found, let's see here, on Microsoft website, this first response in answers.com was just a totally stupid response. Startup impact not measured in Task Manager. All of the applications startup impact list under the Task Manager come up as not measured. This despite several shutdowns or reboots and the program's not running. Does anyone know how to solve this? This one from a.user was totally inane. Frustrates me to no end to get these stupid little responses, generic. Suggest you replace your computer in clean boot. That's not going to tell you what the startup impact is during a normal boot, you idiot. Ugh. Don't get me started. He wants to do a clean boot. System file checker, totally bogus. No, not the right way to go for fixing that. Just stupid response. Ugh. Hi, Mohammed. Thanks for the reply and suggestions. This is the person saying that didn't help. Is there already a solution for Task Manager? This is back in 2016. This was the highest Google search response. Ugh. But there was one down here that said, let's see, I know this is an old thread. This is somebody responding in 2017. Where was this? Decided to investigate, recover previous. I don't think it was that one. Here it is. Disabled all items in the startup column in the task manager, then restart, enable all items, restart again. Now it shows the impact measured. Hope this helps. That sounds like a decent solution. I haven't tried that yet for myself because I only found that this morning. I didn't even know that I had that problem. Let's see, was that all that I wanted to cover at my request for Alice? Why are you showing me this? Oh, I got to click back to here. All right, you got a lot of other stuff in here. Wait a minute, was this yesterday? That was yesterday. Ah, here's today. Martin Hogg, hi Doug and chat. My clone is still failing. Would it be better to extract the hard drive before cloning? Yes. Now that was a question that I had asked and never really saw the answer. I don't know if you answered it. Were you actually booting on the drive that you're trying to create a clone? No. Because of the problem that you're having, take it out of the computer, connect it by a USB adapter to another computer and try the clone that way. And you just may have a damaged drive that won't get past this unless you find and use a utility that will fix it. And the top of my list right now is SpinRite. But there's lots of other hard drive utilities you could use. Now, the problem is, the risk is, all of them, including SpinRite, could damage the disk further, could damage your data further. So it is a risky environment. My clone is still failing. Would it be better to extract the drive before cloning? Yeah, now if you're actually booting on a Macrim Reflect thumb drive, I'm still inclined to take the drive out because you've got your drive controller and the motherboard involved there. Could that be part of the problem? It seems unlikely to me. Hello, Bobby Warren. Nick, to Martin, if you use the toaster as call it, it can still fail. If you use the toaster as call it, it can still fail. I think by toaster he's referring to one of those USB connected toasters where you put the drive in. Well, certainly if the damage is on the drive and it's going to stay with the drive, and doing it through a USB connection may or may not help. And I think he already told us that when he told us that a forensic copy also failed. I don't recall, Martin, if you remove that check mark about verifying the source before doing the clone. And that's just a slight different tweak. If you use the hardware method, both drives need to be the same size or the destination needs to be bigger. That's not the problem he's having, because if that was the case, he would be having the message about you can't clone to smaller drive. Now, he did show that error at one point, but I think that was a follow-up error and misdirected. I don't think that was the original error. I think after he got one error message about a sector problem, click that away, then that other message came up. Although, Martin, I don't think you clarified that. When was that error message about the destination size? Hello, Ken Stout. Alice, some of these programs, such as Steam, are off on startup apps. Don't know why on this list it says it's on. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. So some of these are not showing whether they are enabled or disabled. She's saying some of these are already disabled. So we would need a photo of your startup screen to show that. That would be a useful extra thing. So can you also give us that, Alice? Purdy, please. Ken to Rick Lakes. Morning, are you still able to use Chrome? And YouTube, Rick Lake says he's switched everything. Let's see, I've switched everything over to Firefox. Yeah, Rick Lakes was getting that message about using an ad blocker just very um, persistently, to the point that he even said that he's blocked from YouTube. Can't watch anything on YouTube. And Ken reported that he had the experience where he could just click the X to close it, and Rick says that's not working for him. That's not at all surprising. Remember, this is YouTube trying things, experimenting with things. So it's entirely believable that they may totally block one person and not others. Why they went after Rick more aggressively than Ken, it's a coin toss. It's a coin. It's a coin toss. It's a coin toss. That's what I get for going off script. You people didn't think I had a script that I'm reading from, did you? I will try it later. Alice will do. Switch to live chat. I tried that and that didn't work. Rand says odd that didn't fix the issue. Plenty of disassembled videos for computers, certainly. Search for the model of your AIO and the word disassemble, certainly. Zvi Minor, hello to you. 8 gigabytes of memory and a hard drive is a bad combo for a speedy PC. Absolutely agree with that. Adding memory and an SSD would definitely help. Now, if your hard disk has some errors that are showing up in that right-hand column, everything, the dots may all be blue, and it may say that it's in good condition, but that's not enough. We've got to look at those numbers out in the right-hand column, because if there's some numbers there indicating that the drive is having difficulty, then that would be slowing down your boot up speed worse than what that computer is even capable of. And we haven't actually seen an amount of time that it's taking to start up yet. Alice says, thank you, you're welcome. Good evening and a quiet one. Zvi has a quiet evening in Israel. That's good. Let's see, I'm having difficulty with this chat stuff. I'm going to try popping this out again. So I've got to double click there and let's try refresh. And that's at 9:20. Oh, by the way, there's no show showing for Carrie. Nothing scheduled yet. So I do not have a redirect set up. I said that was 9:20, right? All right, then I'll try popping out chat, see if I get better results after doing a refresh. Yeah, that looks better. There's my 9:20. Zoom in a little bit. It's an old PC now. How old? She had it in 2018. She's told us that she's planning to buy a new computer within the next couple of years. That means the hard disk drive is probably 7 years old. When you run Crystal Disk Info, I bet it comes up with a warning. I'm going to bet that it's going to come up with some numbers on the right-hand column that indicate there's a problem, but that the dots are still blue. I need to do this. I hope it doesn't. I guess that's in reference to Crystal Disk Info. Nick Poverman said he was going to use the toaster to clone the drive to another. Oh, okay, so Martin already acknowledged that he has a toaster. YouTube is bombing me daily on Opera, so reported to Opera. Wait, what? Does Opera has an embedded, does it have an embedded ad blocker? Is that why you're reporting it to Opera? But no, I'm going to guess, Sin Vicious, I'm going to guess that Opera is successfully blocking the ads for you, but it's not blocking the block from YouTube, because that's not just a pop-up, I don't think. I think YouTube is able to get that message even though you have a pop-up blocker, because that's what they're fighting, right? So I don't think reporting that to Opera is going to accomplish anything. Is YouTube owned by Google? Yes, absolutely it is. And your YouTube account is your Google account. It's the same username and password. LOL, your teleprompter operator is fired. Still haven't any messages from YouTube about ad blocker. Yeah, because they're not hitting everybody with it. Nick, that is why I said the destination drive needs to be the same size or bigger. They copy every sector. Yes. Well, in a clone operation, they copy every, well, let's see. No, in a clone operation, they don't actually copy the empty sectors. In a forensic copy, they actually copy the empty sectors, the files that are marked as deleted, so that all of the obsolete data from that drive gets copied over. So forensic drive does every byte. But a clone operation has an intelligent, well, that's also an option in Macrium Reflect, whether to use the intelligent sector, so that only sectors that are actually being used get copied. The empty sectors, the old data that was previously deleted from the prior user, is still present in a deleted state. So that type of a clone runs faster when you only do the sectors that are occupied. My YouTube ad blocker notification changed from a simple X to dismiss to a timer clock of about 15 seconds before I can dismiss their message. Again, your mileage may vary the way YouTube hits you about it. Nick Poverman, using the toaster with a copy button copies all sectors. Oh, good point. Thank you, Nick. I was missing that thought. Yeah, the toaster. I see. I've never used a toaster, so that's why it didn't dawn on me immediately what you're getting at there. A toaster doesn't even have to be connected to a computer. It can clone from one drive to another without even being connected to the computer. So the CPU is not involved, drive controller is not involved. Oh, that's a great suggestion, and I know you guys were on to that before I was, and you're just sitting there screaming at your screens, trying to get it through my head. I understand the frustration. You guys knew what you were saying to each other, and I was way behind. Well, there's 9:32. I'm caught up with chat, so I think it's time to say goodbye. Good night, Gracie. Hasta la vista. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Adios. I can't even keep track of which one I've already said. Have a great day, everybody. There's no redirect. Catch you later. Goodbye.